Right, so taking the, we sort of go through the same calculation, but in order to find the percent of coincidence, we first take our double crossovers, right? So if you notice in all of these calculations, whenever we're finding gene distance, coefficient of coincidence, interference, we're going to have to involve the double crossovers in a certain sense. So we take our double crossovers here, right? The numbers are 8 and 6 again, right? So these will be our numerator. So we have an 8, right? And then plus a 6, right? We're going to take these, the double crossovers, and what we're going to do is we're going to divide them by our numerical values. This is before our percentile values, right? This is before we got them into map units. We're going to take our double crossovers, and then we're going to divide them. We're going to divide it over the multiplication of these two right here. And what I mean by that is we're going to take these, and we're going to sort of multiply them in this sense, right? So we get, this is a 0.35, and then we multiply it by the 0.054, and we do it in this fashion because we're going to multiply it by 1,000 as well, right? So we're going to multiply by the total number of gametes produced here, right? And whenever in doing this calculation, I know the the parentheses in the denominator you don't really need them, but whenever you calculate that out, you get that the coefficient of coincidence is going to be 0.75. Right, so right here, this will be your coefficient of coincidence. It doesn't really get much detailed after that. You don't have to, in terms of what the coefficient of coincidence means. You won't have to be, you might have to be, might have to explain that, but it doesn't really follow the flow of the question that you'll be asked, right, on these triple point crosses. Right, so once you determine the coefficient of coincidence, then the interference, right? The interference then just becomes, it's an easy calculation because your interference is just going to equal 1 minus the coefficient of coincidence, right? So in this case, it's going to be 1 minus the 0.75, and then you get the answer is 0.25, right? So this is your interference, and then this is your coincidence, right? All right, yeah, other than that, not too bad. All right, take care.